Morning Show pre-show brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Reserve your consultation today at awaken180weightloss.com. Crowley, Dorin Dickerson, Nicholas Harry Callas behind the glass. And gentlemen, I say to you, a good Monday morning.
Good morning. Good Monday morning. Nick, how are you?
Oh, feeling great.
Is your wrist sore at all, Callas?
My wrist?
Yeah, is your wrist sore?
No.
From signing all those autographs on Friday?
I don't think I actually signed a single one, which is tough.
What I love is that you say you don't think.
Right.
Because alcohol was consumed responsibly. Dorin had a good time. I had a good time. Opening day was quite the treat. And while they lost and the weather stunk, that was a hell of an experience for the old fan morning show crew. Callas, we are in real life the way that we are on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
And Callas and I bicker, and Dorin is kind of like the big brother who sometimes you egg us on, sometimes you try to steward our way through whatever it is, our friendship, whatever you want to call it.
Most of the time he's agreeing with me.
Well, that's just because he needs to baby you a little bit. And Callas and I texted in the morning, all right, what's the plan? I said, I'll meet you at the station. Either you can drive down or we'll take an Uber. And by the time I got here, he was waiting for like 40 minutes. I was late, kids, all that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I didn't want to be down north side all day. Got a family.
Mm-hmm.
I just said, I'll just drive. He's like, I don't know, Crow, man. We should get an Uber. All right. Well, I'm driving. Bad call.
Yeah, it took you guys, what, 30 minutes? You got there, and in 30 minutes, you couldn't even find a parking spot.
You were at Shorty's for a fun promotion. And then you went to another local establishment down there, and there were some clients, and one of our sales guy was helping us out and getting us free drinks, and we were meeting big wigs, and it was a good time. Well, we texted you, where are you at? You said, I'm at this bar. Okay. Then you called us like 20 minutes later. Where the hell are you guys?
Yeah.
We're trying to park. We drove all the way around the north side, and then we wound up parking at the casino, which is $50. I didn't know that. And then Callas is thinking, as we walk out of the casino, look, man, I don't want to walk. We told Dorin we'd meet him in 10 minutes. If we walk from the casino.
Not we. Hold on. You told Dorin we'd meet him in 10 minutes.
That's right. And I knew when I said it, it was a lie. Like, optimistically, I thought we'd meet you in 10 minutes. No, you park at the casino and you got to walk the PNC Park. It's going to take you at least 20 minutes. At least 20 minutes.
At least.
And Callas isn't fleet of foot. And that's no insult. That's just the reality. Our guy, Nicholas Harry Callas, also forgot his ID.
That's right.
And we thought it would be a problem. He wouldn't be able to get into the bar, but he did. It was fine. But we get to the casino, and my man says, I ain't walking that. He says, let's take this cab. He knocks on the window of the cab. He's like, are you working right now? Like, what do you think he's doing here?
Just hanging
He
out.
could be waiting for someone.
No, yeah, he just wants to sit there, smoke a cigarette in his cab, and not pick people up and make money.
I think it was a legitimate question. Sometimes you call for a cab and you're waiting for a client.
It was a dumb question, and it was an awkward question. So we get into this cab to take us from the casino to the stadium, which is like a 3-second drive and a 20-minute walk. And the cab driver's listening to 93.7 The Fan. And Callas goes, we love that radio station. And he says, yeah, man, 93.7 The Fan. I listen all day, every day. And Nick's like, oh, really? But we don't tell him who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And he drops us off. Callas did say, oh, I'll pay for the cab. I don't feel like walking. I'll pay for the cab. He didn't pay for the cab.
Of course not.
He's like, do you take Apple Pay?
Did you tell Callas what we did last year?
What did we do? Rickshaw.
Yeah. We took a rickshaw last year.
Oh.
Kyle and I. The people who pedal the carriages. That's what we did.
Cool.
But it was too cold. I don't think was there any working? Probably not.
There was a rickshaw that had NASCAR flags hanging off the back of it and was playing techno music, just bumping along the North Shore. How do I say this? Do you know what I'm going to say?
No.
You know what I'm going to say.
No, I don't.
The surcharge on a Callas rickshaw ride would probably be high.
Wow. And there's a stray.
It's not a stray. It's real. Callas is a bigger guy. A cab was probably the right route.
Callas, the thing that I remember most about you from our eventful day on Friday was you were just wearing a T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Like, It was freezing.
Mm-hmm.
Were you not cold?
Nope.
He really wasn't cold. The number of middle-aged to old women that came up to him and said, honey, are you going to be warm enough? Right. And Nick's like, I'm fine. I'm doing good.
One girl put me in her jacket, and I wasn't about to refuse that.
I did see that. On the drive home, Nick told me he talked to more women that day than he has in his entire life combined.
She put you in her jacket?
Mm-hmm.
Did it fit you?
No.
Okay.
No, but she it wasn't really a fit. She just
wrapped it up,
opened her right arm and was like, come here. And I was, you look cold. And I was like, I'm not, but okay, yeah.
Real talk, the number of people that came up to us was staggering, saying good things about the show. We shook a lot of hands, gave a lot of hugs, took a lot of selfies, and it meant a lot.
A lot.
And I think Crowley's actually leaving out the end of the story, which, can I tell it?
Yeah, I'd love to hear your version of whatever it is you're going to say.
So we left. We went out to Mike's Beer Bar after for a little bit, and then Crowley and I left because he was my ride.
All right, time out. This is a story told in 37 parts. And thank you for everybody out there who's listening and putting up with this right now.
No, but
Let me tell the Mike's Beer Bar part. So Joe Smeltzer is one of Donnie Football's closest friends.
West A guy.
He's a West A guy. He covers Penn State athletics, including the Penn State football team. Great guy. His mom has kept score for Duquesne basketball games for like 35 years. Right. I was talking to her. You were talking to her. Callas was talking to her. She is one of the nicest women nicest people I ever met in my entire life.
Ever.
And she's a Purdue basketball fan. She graduated from Purdue. So we're at Mike's Beer Bar, and we're sardines. You can't even hardly move. Mike's got a good business model going down. Hey, you like beer? Hey, you like baseball? Come on over. So we're at Mike's Beer Bar after the game, talking to the Smeltzers, and this is when I knew it was time to leave. When you and Callas, you had some beverages, and you guys are like arm wrestling a little bit or like jousting with your elbows, and Callas spills a little bit of beer on Mrs. Smeltzer. I'm like, all right.
Time to go.
Time to go.
Time to get out of here.
She couldn't have been nicer about it. She knew the score. She knew what's happening. She knew it's probably going to happen to everybody at Mike's Beer Bar that night. She didn't care, but I said, okay, time to get Callas out of there. And that's where Callas picks up this part of the story.
Well, for the record, Dorin kept poking me, so that had something to do with it.
No, it was my fault.
It's always somebody else's fault with this Callas guy.
But I made the walk back from the ballpark to Rivers Casino, which means that I was willing to get there because I know I can walk that distance. I just wanted to save your rear end from Dorin's nasty looks. Because, again, we were running late getting there, and I didn't want to waste any more time because you told him 10 minutes. But I made the walk back.
You did?
Dehydrated, hadn't eaten anything all day.
He had no food all day long and a million beers.
And I walked from the ballpark back to Rivers Casino, and then we actually got to the staircase because I couldn't take the elevator, didn't have my ID, couldn't get inside. But they have a stairwell for under 21 people. Minors, I guess. Anyway.
I call it the loser staircase. But we had to take the loser staircase because my man forgot his ID.
We're at that staircase, and Crowley said, ooh, do you need a break? Ooh, do you need a break? And I took that as a challenge, so I sprinted up 3 flights of steps and then jogged up the last one because we were 4 flights up, and then I about died.
Did you know where you're going?
Yeah. Okay. I actually remembered. Crowley couldn't remember where we parked, and I remembered 4C of all the things to remember. So he's painting it out like Callas was out of mind, and Callas is not physically, in shape like the rest of us, and yet I sprinted up the steps and remembered where our car was. So,
well,
you know how we had DeMar Hamlin on, and we had that long talk with him, and he talked about the importance of learning how to do CPR and all that.
Mm-hmm.
When we had our first daughter, Nora, we had one of these people come to our house and teach us how to do the Heimlich and CPR and all that. And it is very important. If you don't know how to do stuff like that, you should. I thought I was going to have to do it for Callas.
He was struggling.
He was struggling in the walk, and I got it because he's right. He had no food. No food. So the sustenance not there. All he had in his body all day long was beer. And so the walk was a slog. We get to that stairwell. All right, Callas, here we go. And I'm looking up the stuff. I'm like, man,
this is going to be tough.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Boom! He starts sprinting. And I'm like, I'm going to have to give this guy CPR. Callas, you're going to die. I was really concerned it was not going to go well. He gets to the landing on the 3rd floor because we were up on 4. He gets to that landing. I was like, dude, what are you thinking? And the line of the day, far as I'm concerned, was, wanted to get it out of the way.
Wanted to get it out of the way.
If I walked it, I would have stopped. I would have stopped, and I took his comments at the bottom as a challenge.
It was one of the most physically impressive things I have ever seen in my entire life. The state of our good friend Nicholas Callas on the walk, and for him to then all of a sudden turn it on like it's Game 7 of the World Series, bottom of the 9th, and he needed to rear back and throw 98. I don't know where it came from.
Wow.
It was unreal. And so, point being, friends, we had a terrific time.
We did.
At the opener. Texter, you're a fat-shaming scumbag. I'm not a fat shamer. I'm saying Callas is a bigger guy, which is what made the walk so difficult, plus all the alcohol.
Remember you guys doing one-on-ones in the parking lot?
Yeah, well, yeah, we did that once with some kids.
And here's where I'll shame myself. Because I had to drive, because I'm an idiot, and so I wasn't drinking, but not really. I had 2 beers early, 12 ounces, and 4.5 hours later, if not longer, I was going to have to drive. But I drank 2 beers, and we go out to the parking lot, and people are flagging Dorin down. Oh, hey, you guys, the morning show guys. Oh, Nicholas Harry Callas. We love Nicholas Harry Callas. We're playing one-on-one ball with these kids, and you're playing quarterback. Well, then Callas and I went one-on-one where he was trying to cover me, and I dusted his ass. I dropped the football. Yeah. After I dusted him, and then the ball went right through my hands, and it was a great throw by that 10-year-old. I thought I was going to hurl. I can't remember the last time I sprinted. And
you did run fast, though. I was shocked. You had another gear.
I did have another gear.
Callas had some, he was glue. You were pretty close in coverage. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah, for a second he was. He got a little handsy, too.
You dropped the ball, though. Like, it went right through your hands.
Yeah. I mean, it was a little bit behind me. 10-year-old.
So I guess I'll ask you this, Crowley. Would you rather be a little bigger than me, or would you rather stay yourself?
I mean, I think the healthy answer is we should all be comfortable in our own skin. I was impressed by you, though. The physical toll that day had taken on your body, only for the coup de grace to be you're sprinting up the stairs, it was unbelievable. It was like you had an axe chop through someone's door like a fireman, and you had to sprint up the stairs to save a child in a burning building. The urgency with which you ran was second to none. I've never seen anything like it. I thought you were defeated, and you said no. No.
Challenge accepted.
Mm-hmm. He didn't even stop on our walk. We also saw 2 domestic disputes on our walk back past Acrisure Stadium. There was a couple screaming at each other, and then their friends were egging them on. And when we got around the other side of Acrisure, we saw cops going the other way. I'm like, yeah, that's probably for them. And then we saw a couple sobbing into each other's arms right outside of Gate A at Acrisure.
Were people just obliterated?
Yes. Well, there's that 23-year-old guy who went missing.
That's right.
And they put his picture up on social media. His picture was up on the news. We lost this guy. At last seen, he was very intoxicated. Happy ending, though. They found him. Wouldn't you hate to be that guy?
Oh, yeah.
His face plastered everywhere. His name plastered everywhere.
Have you seen him?
Have you seen this drunk guy? Yeah, good luck getting a job, 23-year-old drunk man.
Yeesh.
Could have been anybody. Could have been Callas, if not for my friendship. I really saved him, protected him, took him under my wing. But if not for him, we would have lost the car. And it would have been a me calling 911 incident all over again.
Oh, my God.
But it was fun. And I would say, all the people that came up to us, thank you.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
We wake up early. We put in a lot of work to do the show here. And so when people tell you they appreciate you, it feels good.
It is nice.
Nice boost for the dopamine.
Mm-hmm.
Dorin was signing autographs.
No, I didn't sign any autographs.
Mm-hmm.
No. We had a good time, though.
Callas isn't a beer drinker. Like you're just not a drinker. Like you don't drink a lot.
Correct.
And you drank a variety. And you didn't pay for a single drink.
I think I had 8 in total.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you had listeners buying you drinks.
Yep.
I tried to say no, and they're like, I have to do it. And I'm like, all right, you do it then. But yeah, I'm going to feel a little weird here soon.
People love him.
Yeah.
I'm going to feel a little weird.
I'll tell you what, though.
You were screaming at C.B. Buckner when he made that call at third. I mean, you were letting him have it.
Yeah, because as an umpire, you can just call him safe. You don't have to ask the other members of the crew. You just, oh, whoops, the guy dropped the ball. I'm looking right at the play. I reversed the call right there. Yeah.
I feel like at the end of the night before you guys left, what did I ask you? I was like, did the Pirates win? I was like, wait, did the Pirates win? And you're like, all right, I got to go.
I'm talking to Smeltzer. The Pirates win? Oh, my.
Okay, last, I guess, big thing from the game that I remember, it was snowing a little bit, too, toward the middle, and I got snow in one of my beers, and it was wonderful. Authentic cold brew.
I saw a drunk, half-toothless Yinzer wearing a 1990s Jason Kendall jersey start screaming at an Orioles fan who was wearing a cowboy hat, just going, "Where's your horse, loser? Where's your horse?" And I thought they were going to fight. And the poor Orioles fan turned around and goes, "You talking to me?" And when he said, "Are you talking to me?" the Kendall guy took that as a challenge. "Oh, yeah, I'll put you in the ground." What? Put you in the ground? Like, why are you putting him in the ground?
What do you do? You just add a game? Like,
yeah. And all the Orioles fan did was turn around and go, "Hey, are you talking to me?" "Oh, you want to? I'll put you in the ground." What? So after that guy left the bathroom and walked very far away, I went up to the Orioles fan. I was like, "Hey, man, we're not all like this.
Yeah.
That guy's like this. We're not all like this. That ain't Pittsburgh, okay?" I felt bad for him. Where was his horse, though? That's the question. And why a cowboy hat?
Yeah, why that? Orioles. Cowboy.
Yeah.